What up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm your host, JP. This is my co-host, Josh.
Hey everyone.
We got another episode of the FilmBros podcast. What's going on, everybody? So, we back at it again. We here to talk about a few things, right, Josh?
Yes.
One thing I wanted to ask you before we get into like the hard pressing, whatever you want to call it, before we talk about some interesting things, I wanted to ask you something that it was kind of brought up to me, honestly, via Twitter. There's been some debate about it. What is your take on nanotech suits? Or more specifically, what is your take on the new suits nowadays, with Quantumanium coming out, having Scott being able to just push a button and suit up and, a mask just popping on his head. Same thing with Iron Man towards the end of his run. No more pull the face shield down, none of that stuff. And I'm only asking because I was looking at a few clips of like Iron Man 1, hearing that little clack of the, the helmet shutting.
Yeah.
In Ant-Man 1 when, Scott would take off that bottom piece or just open his mask just a little bit. Like, I don't know. To me, I feel like those were more fulfilling. I feel like those it kind of made the costumes more realistic. I mean, I kind of understand nowadays with the whole, just make it quicker and, make it a lot easier to transition from seeing the actor's face to, to the actual costume. But do you like the new way they put on masks? Do you think that it was better before? Do you think that this is more efficient? Am I overthinking it? Is it too much?
I liked it. I like it if it makes sense for the character. Like Iron Man, it makes sense that he'd develop nanotech. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like he was always looking for new ways to innovate, and you kind of got that throughout the whole MCU. The first time he put his suit on was with he had to do it in his building and stuff, and then the second one he has a briefcase, and then the third one he has it so where the suit actually comes to you, and then or I guess before Iron Man 3 and the Avengers, he has a whole building dedicated to that, and then that's when he started working with the whole putting it in your bloodstreams to call the suit pretty much.
Yeah.
So I mean, it makes sense for him. It doesn't make sense for characters like Ant-Man or Spider-Man, I don't think.
Okay.
So I think for Ant-Man it's a little weird. Like, I kind of like the first suit, but I know they probably do that for toys and stuff like that. But I like the first one. I like that it came off almost like a fighter pilot's mask would come off.
Yeah.
Like it would hang and then you could see his face. Like that was better. If it doesn't make much sense for the character, why are they developing it as such? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was kind of my thing too. The whole character development as well. I mean, Spider-Man fucking got his Iron Spider suit that does that all for him, anyways too. But I was thinking, and I was like, man, is that maybe a part of the reason why Marvel's not doing too good? Like, is that a part of the magic gone kind of thing?
Maybe not that. I know what kills it for me because I prefer to see actual suit ups, like in the scene from Homecoming. As much as I give that movie shit, I like seeing Peter run to an alleyway, change real quick, and then sure the suit has tech to shrink on him and fit like a normal spandex suit would, but like that's as advanced as I expect him to get. I don't expect him to carry an Iron Spider suit and then like in No Way Home where he just presses it and then it covers him immediately. Like I don't really like that because he's not Iron Man to be doing all that. Like I feel like who should have
Ironborn Jr.
Like someone who should have that is like War Machine. You know what I mean? It would make sense for him.
Okay.
But it takes away the magic for me only because it doesn't belong to certain characters to be having that. And then secondly, like again, I know they do it for toys, but I don't like that they over design their suits too much.
And that's true because I think that they first started doing it with Peter Quill. I think that he was the first one when he put his little face mask shield on or whatever, and after that it just started happening, and it's at the point where it's happening for everybody. So I'm kind of just like, man, when is this just gonna be the trend? Is hopefully we can get back to those regular suit up moments,
Yeah, because I didn't really like it in Black Panther, although it makes sense for him. I just don't like the way his own suit was designed for his movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like the one that he had in Civil War better. Like, that one felt
that
one looked way better.
And I was gonna say too, it was Civil War too, when he gets caught up in the freeway and he takes his helmet off and it just kind of goes and then he takes it off, and I'm just like, see, that's more satisfying.
Yeah. And
I feel like the reveal is more thrilling, you know what I mean? Because it takes a second, you kind of get that slow creep. But if you just beep, it's like, man, it's meh,
Yeah.
But okay, as long as we're kind of on the same page about it. I mean, I just think they should do away with the whole nanotech thing. But I mean, I guess for certain characters it makes sense, like Iron Man and all that. Maybe Black Panther for sure. Yeah,
Killmonger, like, I'm sure it makes that whole transition thing where, like, okay, you don't have to worry about him running to somewhere. Like, I guess, for example, like the Dark Knight, you know how Bruce Wayne, Joker interrupts his party, and then he has to run all the way to the Batcave pretty much to change.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense for him because he's not always going to be wearing costumes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or even in Civil War, what do you call it? When Tony's like, or Black Widow's like, do you have a suit? And he's like, yeah, I have a 12-piece. It's fancy, whatever. He's like, I'm an active combatant. I don't just carry this shit with me anymore like I used to. And he had the glove and whatnot, but that was like a piece of tech to protect him from anything.
Yeah.
So I mean, it makes sense in that context because you're not expecting Batman to just keep that on him or whatever. But it's supposed to make way for that. So no one really, when the action pieces have to happen, he doesn't have to worry about running into somewhere to change real quick.
Oh, so it just cuts time for the movie.
So like in Black Panther, with Killmonger, he's like, nah, I'm done with you or whatever, the ending, and then he puts it on because the Dora Milaje is gonna attack him and stuff. So I guess it's supposed to be speedy, but at the same time, it feels lazy in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I mean, I get having to, get dressed real quick and, maybe. And it makes sense. I mean, Killmonger, obviously, he's going to be there. So, obviously, he's going to be suited and booted, ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, that would have just made sense.
Yeah.
But, like, if, you're Miss Marvel and you just all of a sudden have a nanotech suit, it's kind of like, well, damn. Like, we suit up, fool. Like, go through the strokes,
Pretty much.
We'll wait to see if that trend continues. That kind of thing is kind of... I was just looking at it and I was like, damn, I kind of wanted to... It'd be good opener,
Yeah, maybe. Because it just depends. You wouldn't see Superman do it. Like, I guess the best way to make it work is like the Flash. He has the ring. You expect him to have that. He's a speedy dude. All comes out the ring, he changes quick.
Yeah.
And then you don't even see it, and then boom. You know what I mean? But you won't expect Superman who, to be like, oh, I need my suit, and then beep, it's there. No, he takes the time to speed away, change, and go on.
Yeah,
so, it just depends on the character.
Or he already has a suit underneath.
Oh yeah,
that too. Well, we'll see if that trend continues with Marvel. But until then, who could have used a nanotech mask?
But wait, before you even think about starting, let's hear a word from our sponsor real quick, ZippyStream.
Today's episode is sponsored by ZippyStream. If you are wondering how we make money to run our podcast, it's all because of this innovative platform. Here at FilmBros Podcast, we absolutely love using ZippyStream. It's the easiest way to convert listeners into an email list, but best of all, they find us sponsorship so we can keep making money doing what we love.
Suppose you're also a podcaster thinking about starting one. ZippyStream will help you find and manage a relationship with brands that are relevant to your audience. If you want to learn more, contact us as soon as possible. Everyone that signs up this month will get to claim £10 as a joining bonus, which is around $12 or something like that.
Just reach out to us by email or social media DMs, and I'll put you in touch with the guys at ZippyStream right away. Now back to the pod. Chris Rock when Will Smith decided to slap him, so he's back in the news, and for that I don't know if you heard, he recently did a live stand-up show.
Yeah, it's still on Netflix.
Yeah? Okay, well,
still watch it.
He basically went on this little rant where he was, and I think we saw a little bit yesterday, together on YouTube.
Yeah.
Talking about Will Smith saying how his wife fucked his son's best friend and that whatever. Like he went on this rant, but then what got him in trouble and what's getting him in trouble right now is this one joke where he said the other day I watched Emancipation just so I could watch him getting whipped.
Oh my god.
And so
My god, man.
and so we heard a little bit, like I said yesterday, him going off about his wife and, you know, that he should have slapped him and why, you know, whatever. Will Smith made his own bed, in my opinion. Okay. I think Chris Rock is well in his right, and I think any comedian is well in his right, because I think Marlon Wayans in his new special as well that's on HBO, he mentions the slap and how Chris Rock basically just took it like a man or whatever. He says it in a different context, but
Yeah,
I don't feel it right to say it that way. So
My god.
so Marlon Wayans is on his neck too. I was gonna show you the special. We'll probably watch that later. But so a lot of people are, you know, they're not too happy with Will Smith. This, to me, Chris Rock took it a little. I tell you, it's a little too far.
Yeah, no, that was really aggressive.
But I get making jokes, poke fun at the wife thing. Sure, the August Cecilia thing, you know, whatever. Her favorite time of the year is what? August. Who cares? But to say that one, I was just like, was that necessary? You know?
Okay, so what we watched, I know I was waiting to say for the podcast because I knew we were going to talk about it, but like for what he was saying, for those who didn't get to see it, the special is on Netflix. Kind of spoilers. He goes in on Will Smith. He sounds really angry. He doesn't he doesn't.
It's not funny.
Yeah, it's not really funny. He kind of takes the time, like maybe 10 minutes, just to be like air out his baggage and whatnot. Because you know who does really well about like that, making that transition between comedy and like seriousness? Dave Chappelle. Like any of his recent ones, he'll tell you a story and then, you know, he'll make jokes halfway through. He was just being aggressive. Chris Rock.
Yeah.
He was like, bitch this, bitch that. He was doing what I hate that about swearing. You know what I mean? He was like, Charlemagne called him a bitch, this and that. So he was going in, and I was kind of like, ugh, that's really aggressive, even for a year later. You know what I mean? Like, where was all this energy, you know, sooner? Like, it would have been fine sooner, but now I feel like since it's a year later, we're kind of dying out of it. He's like, nah, let me bring it back.
But he's picking it up a year later because, I mean, something like that is not easy, right? Something like that is not easy to just get over especially it was on live television and it was at the Oscars. He didn't say anything. That was another bad thing too. He really did not do anything about it, or, you know, he basically kept it shut. Now, if he would have came out like on an interview or something and talked about it and, you know, said how he felt or whatever, and maybe did some light jabs, but I think because of his whole silence and then on top of that, he did sound really, really fucking angry on that stage. Like built up anger. Like in my head, I was like, Chris Rock, you got money, bro. You should have went to therapy or something. Like, I know we don't believe in therapy, but at the same time, like, we should have probably did something about that, you know?
And like, that's the weird thing, because he obviously sounded really aggressive. Like, if y'all haven't seen it, go check it out for sure, because he sounds really angry. And he lists off a bunch of podcasts and like shows. Like he lists The Breakfast Club and then Drink Champs or whatever. He could have been on any one of those, but I feel like ever since the slap, he was on hiatus. You know what I mean? Everyone was like, well, where's Chris Rock? You know, what is Chris? Like, Will Smith was trying to move on and do movies. He did The Emancipation. He has I Am Legend 2 coming out whenever. Like, Chris Rock just went on hiatus, and now out of nowhere he's hosting this live event, and, you know, obviously people are going to be like, oh, well, does he mention it, you know, at all? And then, yes, he spends 10, 15 minutes screaming into the microphone at the audience, calling Will Smith a bitch. We know he doesn't directly call him a bitch, but we know he's calling him a bitch.
Yeah.
And then he
Yes.
talks about Jada, August, calls her a pedophile. Like, it's crazy shit. So, I mean, yeah, he just sounded really aggressive.
Yeah, really bad, and it's not even like, yeah, it's really bad. It's bad, but like I said, I think that Will Smith gave him and all kinds of comedians open range, and on top of that, Will Smith puts a lot of his business out there, like in public. Like his wife literally puts it out on everything. When they were going through that whole situation, they literally sat down and talked about it on live stream, and like just he was just holding it together. That's where you got those memes where he was just like, oh, whatever, and it's like, bro, like you gave these comedians all this ammo and you just did that to yourself. So like I'm not expecting people to hold, like, to let up on him, because he does deserve it in my opinion for what he did, but there's no reason for Chris Rock to have, I mean, a couple funny jokes, sure, but like it just sounded like if you were, I mean, that same energy would have been cool if he would have said that on stage in the moment because he was mad after the slap. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff would have been called for. But this is like a whole year later and you're doing this rant.
Yeah, so like it's just yeah, he gave them ammo and stuff, and I don't know. I think you only said that. Yeah, there's only been a few since then. A few specials like this where they mention it and stuff. I bet it's like things like, oh, whatever. Like I still make the joke like when I hear Joyner Lucas's Will Smith or whatever, and then he's like, I want a chick like Jada, and I'm like, I wonder if he regrets that line or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I still make those jokes.
The Jada and that Will love.
Yeah, and I'm just like, so I'm sure they joke and they jab, but they don't spend 15 minutes yelling into the microphone at the audience because none of that was really funny. It felt more like, ugh, this is really awkward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very distasteful
And then
in my opinion.
Like in the clip, like he's going through that whole rant where he's like, they called him a bitch, and you had the audience cheering and laughing, and I'm like, where was the joke? That shit was not funny. If I was there, I'm sure I would have felt very uncomfortable that homie isn't telling jokes anymore. He's kind of airing out shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. At that point, he was just. This is stuff that he wrote in his diary that night when he got home from the slap. He was just mad as shit, bro. Just jotting stuff down. He was ready. A whole year, bro. Just in the mirror. Just this is how I'm gonna say it. Like, bro. It's. I don't know.
It doesn't make much sense.
Yeah. Chris Rock, get it together. Will Smith, you deserve it. You better not try to retaliate. This is what you get.
I was looking through his social media to see if he did mention it at all, but no. Nothing. Not a word.
Not one word? Nothing at all? No, well, not yet.
Yeah, probably not yet.
Give it a little bit of time. Just a tad. Going over to the DCU side. So, apparently there's some rumors that Pete Davidson might be making his return to the DCU in a way that could be shocking. So, some people are saying that he could be brought back in a prequel or something of the Suicide Squad, where he fights Booster Gold, because Blackguard is supposed to be the main villain of Booster Gold, apparently, and apparently the punchline is that the Blackguard's real name is that Hurts or something.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Dick Hurts or something.
Yeah.
And then the other half of people are fan casting him to be the actual Booster Gold within this DCU universe. So I know how you feel about Pete Davidson already. I already know how you feel about him. I know that you're going to have a problem with him because he's Pete Davidson and you have personal vendettas against him for some reason. He has never done anything to you. But I don't think he can hold his own as a superhero. No, I think as a villain, it would probably be funny to see him come back as the character he was playing as and try to see him go up against Booster Gold in some capacity. That would be kind of funny, but I wouldn't want him as the actual Booster Gold.
Yeah, no. Can I even say this without even sounding biased? I can't. I don't think he's funny enough for that. Booster Gold is very comedic, and he's funny and lighthearted and stuff. And I don't think he can pull that off. And whatever cameo he had in the Suicide Squad was just that. I think it was just a cameo. I don't see him coming back.
Not even in the villain role?
No, I don't think so.
Damn. I would like to see him in the villain role, not Booster Gold. Never. I would not think the Booster Gold role. But I mean, it would be interesting, right? Would you? So you wouldn't even. You just don't want him back. You just want to leave him dead the way that he was on the beach after he got his head blown off.
Pretty much.
Or not head, face.
Pretty much.
Damn. Pete Davidson, what'd you do to my boy? What'd you do to my boy? Well, it's fine. If he stays underground, it's all good. Not a big deal. But what's coming out from underground, Detective Pikachu 2, apparently is actually happening. They're negotiating with the Jonathan Creasel, director.
Interesting.
We got a director being talked about already, right? We got somebody written to write it already. Chris Galletta from Kings of Summer. Oh, he wrote Kings of Summer. And apparently that Reynolds might be coming back for this sequel. I don't know. I don't know about the what's the other dude's name? I'm trying to remember his name. I don't remember about the main character's name, but he was talking about that. I think back in 2019 or 2020 when they asked him if a sequel was being made. I know that he told them that he didn't know it was happening, but now that it's finally being brought up here in 2023 now, gears are turning. We might get a Detective Pikachu too.
That's cool. I like the first one. I don't know how they're gonna spin it to where he can talk again or whatever, or if they decide to bring in Ash, who knows? But yeah, interesting.
Ass Ketchum.
Ass Ketchum.
I don't know. I mean, I like the first one, but I think it's good as a one and done. I don't think it needs a sequel. I wouldn't think. Apparently they do, because the first one made about $430 million. I don't know what it costs to make it, but I would have said just leave it alone, in my opinion. I think it works for what the movie is. I know people want to see more of the Pokemon world, but why not just make a spin-off where there's actual Pokemon?
Yeah, you would think at this point that they would try and do that, but maybe it's because that whole stigma of like animes don't work in live action. But like, I think this is proof that it can kind of work.
I mean, it worked perfectly because it just depends on the story. That's the thing, because it worked perfect. Honestly, I don't even like Pokemon, but I really liked Detective Pikachu. You know what I mean? That movie was actually pretty good. I was watching it. It has the comedy in there. Ryan Reynolds is in there. Ryan Reynolds is in there. We have that other alien purple thing.
Mewtwo.
Yeah, me too. Ryan Reynolds. You know, if I didn't mention him, but like, just having all those elements in that movie, I just found that it worked. And the CGI was actually really good, and honestly the Pokemon actually looked pretty real.
Yeah.
So with a bigger budget, I can see this franchise going somewhere, but I think the story itself was so self-contained, it would have to be something else if they're going to continue something like this.
It would have to be something a little bit bigger than, whatever, finding the killer or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. They should totally do a spinoff. And like, maybe that's the thing. It's been around so long. Would be trying to adapt like One Piece or, something that long with a lot of lore and stuff. You got people that will be like, oh, it's not faithful to the anime, this and that. Like, who gives two shits? I just want to see these two animals kind of go at it. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think they should just do a spinoff. That would be dope.
I second that. I would appreciate a spinoff. I think this movie would work better as a spinoff. You know what I mean? Just now that they have like at the end of the first Pikachu movie. If you guys haven't seen it, spoiler alert. At the end of it, the Pokemon are basically free to do a little bit more for themselves. You know what I mean? It's a normal world again. It's none of this hierarchy stuff. So how did the formula that was in that first one, how did that play out, and how is that going to have effect in the wider range of Pokemon? That'd be kind of cool to see. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't want to see Ryan Reynolds just brought back. I mean, even though it is Ryan Reynolds, I just don't want to see him brought back and wasted for no reason.
Yeah.
Or like try to make a sequel that's not gonna work.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see.
Yep, it's fine. But no, it's not fine. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium, another bad box office. I know we talked in the last one that Creed 3 basically made a killing. They made a lot of money, made a title for themselves, pushed Ant-Man down even more. Okay, 12 million at the box office. Not as bad as a drop as the second week. It's at a 61% right now. So 12 million at the box office. 41 altogether. 41 million made altogether over the weekend. Not less than Creed. Creed is new. Made 58 million, but I mean it's a sports film. Compared to a Marvel blockbuster like, Ant-Man, it should have been chugging along. To be honest, I think this is just cementing that people just don't give a shit about Marvel.
Yeah, maybe. Its reign is probably coming to an end. Interesting that it took this long. Like what was it you said about the cowboy movies? That everyone wanted to be in a western and stuff.
Yeah.
And now it feels like things are dying out at Marvel. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, man. I'm mad. Because Paul Rudd, I really like Paul Rudd. And I kind of feel like they did him dirty. I liked him as Ant-Man, I hope he wants to come back. It's not good. But Jonathan Majors wound up responding to the bad reviews. The only people we haven't really heard from is Ant-Man and the Wasp and the rest of the gang, but we've been hearing a lot from the writer, so it's good to hear from one of the actors that's in it. Jonathan Majors was asked about the bad reviews, and he basically said, "It doesn't change how I see myself, period. It's all data," he says. I'm a performance within a story. One thing I will say to my team as we're leaving a premiere, if they're reading reviews, I'll say, "How's the movie doing?" I try to clean up my plate and take care of my part. The response is, "You're straight. You're good." They like you, and they tell me about the movie. Sometimes the movie is also on that level, and sometimes it's not. So he basically says they have an opinion. Everybody will always have an opinion. He's no fool. He knows what people are writing. So Jonathan Majors taking it on the chin like a champ.
It's because he killed it. everybody raving about Kang. He was my favorite part of the movie. Like, yeah, he knows he killed it. That's why he's not tripping.
Yeah, because all the reviews basically say the movie's not that great, but a standout is Kang, and you know what I mean.
So like he knows, if he knows what they're saying, his ears be ringing because they're talking about him. It's not like he's going around trying to play cover up like the dude that played MODOK.
Yeah, you're right.
That's exactly what the homie's doing.
Yeah,
so he knows he killed it. He knows he ain't tripping because he killed it. Everybody loves Kang. Everybody loves seeing him in Loki. So like, yeah, no, he killed it.
Yeah, I liked him. I would, like I said, he was a highlight. Though he did have some rough patches, he was better than the rest of the movie. Only time will tell if he's actually truly like the master of this shit. Because, I mean, like I said, we're gonna go watch Creed 3. We're about to go see his acting chops to his fucking fullest right now. But like, for Kang, Ant-Man and the Wasp, I think he did a fine job for
Mhm.
what the movie was in general. Like, Jesus. But I think you're right. I think he knows. He's reading the reviews. He knows that people are saying Kang was a highlight. The movie was bad, but hey, Kang, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, Jonathan Majors killing it. Bagged a kind of alright bag for Quantumanium, but then fucking claiming that huge sack off Creed 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
So
it's gonna be good.
he's winning regardless. Test screenings for John Wick Chapter 4. They're calling it glorious, epic, and badass. Coming out March 24th. You want to hear some reviews?
I do,
Yeah.
as long as they're not spoiler worthy.
No, I don't think spoiler reviews are allowed until after. So, Steven Rontamrob, I don't know how to pronounce the name, tweeted, John Wick Chapter 4 is fucking awesome. Literally had to pick my jaw off the ground from some of this insane and inventive set pieces. You are not prepared for what Keanu does with the Dragon's Breath shotgun. Also, Donnie Yen brought his A game. Can't wait to see it again. Teresa Laxon says John Wick 4 is an action-packed, bloody kill fest, and that's what makes it good. I normally don't love so much action in my movies, but Stilinski makes every frame count. Yes, it's ridiculous. Yes, it's video game logic. Yes, it's extra as hell. Yes, I will be watching it again. Eric says one of the greatest action movies ever made. John Wick 4 tops all three of its predecessors in storytelling, scope, and stakes. Countless astonishing set pieces, hard to fathom. It's all contained within one film. Bill Skarsgård slays, and hellaciously thrilling franchise finish. 9.5 out of 10.
Damn.
Courtney says brawling, bold, and badass John Wick Chapter 4 brilliantly balances vested stakes with an absolutely spectacular high-octane thrill ride. A soaring, searing, scorching chapter in the saga, the wildest time you'll have at the movies this year, a pure adrenaline rush. And everything else is just seeming so positive. John Wick's 3-hour runtime makes so much sense when you're going that hard. The third act alone, just glorious. Liz Shannon Miller tweeted, everything is good about this movie that people are saying. Why didn't we get an invite to this screening? We need to be there for the next one. But nothing but praises for John Wick Chapter 4. Does this bring up your hype level? And
of course.
I know in the last episode we basically talked about, Scream gonna hold it down.
Yeah.
These reviews are coming out. People are raving about it.
Mm-hmm.
You think this is going to help boost it? And do you think John Wick will be the crown winner of at least March?
Oh my God, man. That's the problem with this month. It's so stacked because I wanted Creed to take the crown. I think it'll probably fight with Scream. If I'm being for real.
I don't know.
Now that I'm hearing all this hype, I think it'll fight with it.
I love Scream, but yeah, with all this hype, John Wick, Ghostface is gonna be running at him with a knife, and John Wick is gonna
like empty a whole clip at him.
Yeah, bro. Like, no, I was hearing. Okay, so there were some early rumblings saying that a couple of the screenings for John Wick 4 was kind of boring, but fun. Kind of thing, like a boring, but yet it picks up on the action, but like everything else is kind of boring. But now the final cut's coming out. People are saying that is the best of the franchise, glorious, epic, all these words. I don't know. Word of mouth is good, and I think this movie is gonna be up there
For sure. Excited stuff. Can't wait to see it.
Dang, do you think it'll do Maverick numbers?
No. Maverick numbers were tough, bro. But I don't see it.
Damn. John Wick Chapter 4 coming out March 24th. All the reviews are positive. We're going to go watch it.
Yep.
100%.
For sure.
I'm telling you, we got to get that Rico card, bro.
Yeah.
It needs to happen. We need to get that. Moving on. Star Wars Jedi Survivor director says that Stig Asmussen says that he sees Cal's story as a trilogy.
Oh, interesting.
So
we're getting another game?
I mean, can we assume?
Would make sense.
If he sees it as a trilogy, I would say so. And if he's already been planning it out, might come out pretty damn good.
I know. I just want to know when we're going to see his ass in live action. That's what I want to know.
Oh. Apparently there's some rumblings. I don't want to tell you. I don't want to speak it out just yet because it sounds so far-fetched that unless I see some real hardcore evidence, I don't want to breathe it out there, but
okay.
But
well, from what I saw of the gameplay, the second one looks fun. And I hope one of my big pet peeves with we're playing the first one and playing it through the first time was that I don't like the aspect of having him remember all these tricks and hacks and like how do you forget how to double jump? That's my thing. So like I wasn't really a big fan of that. Hopefully they change that and that's not something they do here.
It's kind of what they did in Obi-Wan.
You shut up. No,
oh,
but we call it. It's different. It's different for in game. You know what I mean? Like going through that whole aspect of where you're lacking this thing because you can't double jump. It's different. You know, it's weird. It throws you off. It threw me off because I was like, how many times am I gonna get jumped by this creature? Because I can't just double jump or dodge out of their way or block this fool's bullets. You know what I mean? Or force push them or pull them away, you know what I mean? Like they did it with pretty much every ability, so hopefully they change that. But other than that, the game looks solid. So
I mean, you should in this one they should at least start you off with a good chunk of skills and help you build upon that. That'd be a lot better if you can like build upon the skills that you already had from the previous game, kind of thing.
That's why, like I don't want to have to relearn how to double jump or force push and pull or whatever else.
Nah, I think they'll go a different route. Especially if the same dude is doing all three of them, I'm pretty sure he's planning ahead and knowing what's up. I mean, a trilogy? Damn, I'm still waiting for that next one, though. When is this one supposed to come out? I know it got pushed back, right?
Did it? I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, April 28th. Comes out April 28th. Oh, next month.
Well, good shit. On PS4 or just PS5?
It is April 28th. Well, Star Wars Jedi behind. Nope, leaving them behind. Only PS5 and Xbox. What was the new Xbox? The fridge.
Series X.
Series X.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So no Xbox One, no PS4.
Yeah. Okay.
Next gen, where it's time. Get with it or get gone, bro. All right, adapt or die. Adapt or die. So, we found out the Penguin series has also casted Clancy Brown. He is a talented actor. He's going to be playing Falcone's father in this one. He's going to be a reoccurring role. Pretty good casting. Salvatore Maroni.
Interesting. I don't know much about the Falcone family outside of the comics.
Oh, wow. This comic dude is letting me down.
Well, I mean, because they abandoned all this stuff pretty early, and so, like, I don't really care for that. Because, I mean, half of Batman's stories stop taking place in the beginning. Like, you know what I mean? Like they all start midlife where he has his Bat family established. Like, there's not much comics where Falcone and this and that are still thriving by the time he takes on the Joker and shit like that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So like by the time he has his Bat family, all of them are pretty much cleaned up. All you have to worry about is Penguin and Two-Face and all them, you know. So like these are the dudes that are there in his career before the supervillains show up, and I mean they haven't touched up on any of this stuff as of recently, if I'm being for real, in the comics. So I don't really know much about the family, the Falcone family.
Damn.
I mean,
DC Comics is letting us down.
I mean, like, if they're going by movie logic, he's gonna be the one they killed. They killed him in the Penguin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or not the Penguin, the Batman. They thought it was Penguin. Riddler shot him. I'm assuming he's just gonna try and fight with Penguin over who takes what. It's gonna be a turf war of gangs. I can feel it.
Yeah, I believe that was a synopsis.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be like
so he's gonna show up. He's gonna show up. He's gonna be like, nah, it was my son. This and that. It's my turf. It's still mine. Just because he died or whatnot. Penguin's gonna be like, nah. It's free game. Like they framed Penguin. He's probably gonna go after Penguin and be like, nah, it was you that shot him. And then Penguin's gonna be like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean?
What are you talking about?
With his Italian accent and whatnot.
Yeah, that's kind of what the synopsis was saying, though. It was saying something about basically a power vacuum that's gonna happen now that the Riddler's gone, right? The Riddler, Falcone's gone. I'm hoping to see like actual rogues, like Batman, like his gallery within this show. I'm hoping to see more than just Falcone and stuff like that. And I know it's grounded. No, we're probably not going to see Clayface or whatever. But I don't know, Calendar Man. Who else? Well, we already saw Joker. I mean, unless they're gonna make him official, hopefully they don't make him look ugly like that and just be like, "Oh, that was a deleted scene, so it doesn't count." You know what I mean? Obviously. Who else? Ooh, you know who I want to see brought into like live action? What's his name? He was in Arkham City. Hugo Strange.
Oh yeah, Hugo.
I want to see him
They
like,
could make
in live action.
Yeah,
already.
they should do something like that. Make him like head of the asylum or something like that. You know what I mean? But no, they're gonna do some bullshit. I can feel it. What do you call it? You know what? You know, thinking about this actor, you know, he probably could have been a good General Ross, maybe.
Him?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Yeah, I kind of see him.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
He's kind of a little bit more resemblance. He has a little bit more resemblance to the late, what's his name? No disrespect. I'm trying to remember his name.
I can't remember his name either.
Damn, R.I.P. I'm sorry. But yeah, he looks kind of like him.
Yeah.
Interesting. And interesting that you bring it up because we actually got a synopsis for Captain America New World Order.
Oh, see, I didn't even know.
You didn't know that was the name?
No.
Oh, so we got a synopsis. The synopsis goes: Captain America New World Order will follow an international conflict over a new metal called adamantium, discovered on Tiamat, the celestial of the Eternals, which is now an island which each country wants a piece of the new metal and claim the island as its own. Harrison Ford's Thetis Thunderbolt Ross, who is now president, is the movie villain who wants to reclaim the island and the adamantium at all costs, and Sam Wilson's Captain America gets in his way by trying to stop him by assembling a new group of heroes, including the new Falcon, to oppose. Captain America will be fighting some other villains who are also trying to get their hands on adamantium.
God.
This movie sounds bloated. This movie sounds like a lot's going to happen.
Yeah.
At least they're finally acknowledging the giant mountain.
The goddamn celestial poking out the damn earth. Jesus. But adamantium. You know what that sounds like.
Well, yeah.
I just... if it makes sense, and Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross is like, yeah, let's reclaim this island or whatever, get the adamantium. He's the one that's secretly funding Task Force X because the Avengers decided, or he decided, well, the Avengers aren't here anymore. We need soldiers, but we can't have Captain America because Sam Wilson's probably gonna rebel, and Bucky or whatever else. So then he's like, well, he's president. He has the ability to keep mutants under wrap. So now he's like, well, Wolverine. They stick him with it, and he's trying to kind of like how X-Men Origins did it, where it's supposed to be an origin to him, and he gets the adamantium and stuff. Maybe that's where Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross makes the connection. I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing out theories, but I mean, I can see it happening.
Yeah, like I said, it on paper it sounds cool. It just sounds like in a movie it's gonna be bloated. It's going to be overstuffed. It sounds like there's going to be a lot of people. It sounds like they're creating a new Avengers in this one. Because he said it needs to form a new group of heroes. So it sounds like so much is going to happen to the point where they're going to need to band the Avengers back together. So this one sounds like the Avengers are going to get their title back. But who's going to be on the roster is the question. And will we be able to focus on all these Avengers characters? And shouldn't it just be a Captain America movie? Shouldn't it just be a Falcon movie? Like, I get this is kind of like a big international thing, but like it sounds like this movie's gonna be super distracting with all the elements on the side.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like they spent a lot of time trying to set up the multiverse. They haven't focused on the actual world since maybe She-Hulk. But even then, that was pretty self-contained also. So, I mean, now they're maybe using this as the jump point to be like, well, in universe, we're getting the Avengers back together, this, and that, and then we're setting up mutants. So, who knows for sure.
Damn, if that's the case, this movie has a lot to do. A lot. Marvel doesn't sound like it's helping its situation at all.
No, not really.
It sounds like it's staying the course with the whole sacrificing the story for whatever else they're trying to do. I don't understand what they're trying to do at all.
Yeah, a little weird.
I get they got to introduce adamantium somehow, and the Celestial is fine finding it on there. It would make sense, whatever. But Wolverine's supposed to have been around for how long?
Oh, jeez, since like.
If adamantium, yeah, so if adamantium is barely being brought up, because doesn't he usually get them in the 1960s or 70s? Yeah, something like that.
I know he runs with Bone for a cool minute before modern times, and then he gets it during his time as Task Force X, and he's like used as a weapon and this and that. Similar to like maybe the Bucky stuff, but obviously they won't have Russia. It'll all be American-made things.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if they go that route where he's kidnapped and then tested on, and he's a lab rat, kind of like how they found him in Apocalypse.
Okay.
Was it Apocalypse? Where like they find him in that building, he kills all the soldiers.
Apocalypse.
Yeah. And then he runs out free.
Yep.
So I mean, maybe they do something like that. Just adapt it differently to fit the MCU. But yeah, it's a lot.
Asking a lot from Sam Wilson's first run as Captain America, guys. Yeah, no, I think they should scale it back just a little bit. Seems crazy. Seems ambitious. Especially because, I personally liked some of Falcon and Winter Soldier, but I didn't think it was top tier storytelling coming from Disney Plus. So I was hoping this movie was gonna redeem it, but it just seems like he can't catch a break. I don't know if they think that he just can't sell tickets on his own or something, that he needs to be bunched up with a different person. I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there at the Mickey house. I just watch the movies, man.
Damn it. Sucks. Moving on though, we got the Alien movie that I told you was being made by Fede Alvarez, and you recently seen his 2013 remake of Evil Dead. So he's taking a crack at the Alien franchise. They're supposed to start production this 9th of March. So pretty interesting.
Yeah, for sure. The kills better be good then. This movie better be good. Haven't seen a good one since. Well, depends on how you define good, but haven't seen an Alien movie in a minute.
Yeah, they haven't made the last one they made was before the acquisition of 20th Century Fox. So
it's just interesting things because haven't seen a recent one, and then with Prey doing really well, hopefully this one just kicks it all off again and they can start anew. The kills better be good. I mean, like the Evil Dead had me shook. So I mean, this one better be good.
yeah, he has a very creative mind with the kills. So it's good to know that we're finally getting another installment in. I know it was like in limbo for a while because they didn't know which direction they were gonna take it, but good to hear something new. I mean, the success of Prey should just tell you, and hopefully, I mean, this one it was been told that it's just straight to Hulu release, but hopefully they, I don't want to say I want to have to pay money at the box office, but it would be cool if they bump the budget up and make it look nice and clean for an actual theater release.
Make it theatrical. That would be dope.
Yeah, so interesting stuff. But you know what else is coming back to theatrical? The 20th anniversary of The Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. It's going back to theaters, and not just the 2-hour theatrical cut. They are putting the 4-hour extended edition back in theaters.
Oh man, is this the first one?
This is the last one.
Oh, damn! Why don't they just show all of them then?
I think they only do it on certain occasions. And if they're showing the 4-hour cut, you cannot sit through all 4-hour cuts of The Lord of the Rings. Because every movie, I think the first one was chopped down to 1 hour and 45, almost 2 hours. The second one, but then when it came out with the extended edition, it was like 2 hours and a half. And then the second one was cut down from almost a 3-hour runtime, or a 3.5-hour runtime, to I believe they did it to a 2 hour and a half. And the last one, this one, went from a 4-hour runtime, chopped down to a 2 hour and 45, almost 3-hour movie.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff, though.
It's a lot. We going?
No. You can go.
Yeah, wait, what? Wait, you're not going?
No, I know.
You don't want to dip your foot back into some Lord of the Rings?
Maybe.
Find out what's the good stuff is.
When is it coming?
Extended edition will release. Oh, it's all the way down here. April 13th.
Damn.
So next month.
Maybe. I'll consider it. But I don't know. Because, this whole era thing ain't my thing.
I'm going to have to get you into it. We're going to have to watch it.
The first two?
The first two. Yeah, we're going to have to.
Perhaps. I don't see why not.
Okay. Very good. That's what I like to hear. Enthusiasm. And we got a few trailers now hitting us. All right. We got not Chris Evans. Jason Statham. We got sorry, let me find I'm trying to find the thing. They set up these things all differently. It's so stupid. Audrey Plaza. We got Jason Statham, Carrie Ellis, Bugsy Malone, Josh Hartnett, Hugh Grant. We got a few people. It's called Operation Fortune. It's supposed to be an action comedy, I believe. Let's watch it.
As a private contractor, you possess a unique set of skills. You said it was clear.
I said the front was clear.
Front, back, right, wrong. Anyway, shall we? I have another job for you. So what we got?
Greg Simmons.
It's a billionaire arms dealer. Oh, a lot of very serious faces up here, aren't there?
You can't catch this fish with conventional lures.
I'm sorry?
The lure being Danny Francesco,
The movie star.
Greg Simmons' favourite movie star.
And how do we get him? Blackmail. Who's to care? Very good. Carry on.
The world needs you for your greatest role yet.
Who are you?
I'm your new manager. There's a sensitive and awkward situation between you and your sister-in-law.
I actually love my sister-in-law.
Yes, Danny. You made that quite evident.
When marimba rhythms start to play,
No need to be nervous.
No reason to be nervous.
make me swing.
They're all the killers.
You're an actor. Act.
Would someone pinch me, please? Is that Danny Francesco? What's next for you? I'm playing a mysterious self-made billionaire. You just described me. Shadow me. Do whatever I do. Whatever I do, do. Whoever Greg was buying from was amongst you last night.
I can get inside of them.
I hope you take them to dinner first before you get inside of them. Sexually.
When we sway, I
What happened?
You recognise your Orson Fortune. That is a sexy name.
Cover's blown.
What do I do?
The movie star's gonna melt.
You stop Danny Francesco.
You stop Greg Simmons!
You let me worry about that.
Make me thrill as only you know.
What are you going to do with that?
I'm gonna shoot at them, Danny.
So you weren't seen by anyone?
Yes.
That's a yes. You weren't seen by anyone? Yes. Or a yes, you were seen by someone?
Yes.
Sway me now.
Damn. That was really good, actually.
It does, right? Good action movie.
Mhm.
I was just in it for Audrey Plaza, but actually
Yeah.
seeing the trailer, I'm completely hooked.
Yeah, another action movie. Jason Statham's gonna be dropping bodies, so
And we like when the Statham drops the bodies. It's very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
And Audrey Plaza playing in an action movie, I don't think we see that often.
No,
So
not really,
it's a good change of pace for her.
for sure. Good
I'm
stuff.
excited.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it looks good, right? Exciting stuff. And now we also got Ghosted. We got Chris Evans and Anna de Armas. Don't really know what it's about, so let's just jump into the trailer and we'll find out.
I was just wondering if you wanted to, go out sometime.
You want to get a coffee?
Now?
Yes, now.
I'll just hang on.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be.
Her name is Sadie.
Who wakes up next to you?
I mean, I know this sounds crazy, but I think she might be the one.
I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you.
She really is great. You'll see.
Any word?
She ghosted him.
I bet she isn't even seeing your text.
She does travel a lot for work.
Go to her.
I'm going to London. See, you get it. It's a grand romantic gesture.
Yeah, that is amazing, mate. 5,000 miles to surprise a girl who you've only met once, especially if she's the one who ghosted you.
No, she didn't ghost me. She just doesn't have an international calling plan.
Oh,
It's from
right.
Pacific Rim.
Where am I?
Oh, God, you have the wrong guy?
I'm a farmer.
Wait.
Can you walk, Gold?
The B.
Who are you?
CIA.
I'm so confused. They kept asking me about the tax man.
They asked you about the taxman.
They think I am a tax man. You're the tax man.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. You got me kidnapped and tortured all after one day. I swallowed a rock.
You're the one who flew to London.
It was a romantic gesture. Get every bounty hunter on the continent.
I want her alive.
This is bigger than you and me.
Didn't it ever occur to you that he could be a foreign asset trying to compromise your mission?
Who the hell are you?
I'm the boyfriend.
Do you trust me?
Is that a joke?
I mean, it looks good. It just reminds me a lot of, I don't know if you've seen what's it called? Night and Day with Tom Cruise and what's her name? Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz. Yeah.
It just seems like a gender swap.
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing too spectacular about this one. It looks generic. Unfortunately,
it did, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully it ends up good. I don't even have Apple TV to see this, so
yeah. I'll figure out a way. If there's a will, there's a way.
All right then.
And then like in the beginning, it had me. I thought it was gonna be just like a love story where like she ghosted him or whatever, and I was gonna be like, you know what? If there's anybody hot enough to ghost Chris Evans, it's her. I thought it would make sense, and then she was a CIA agent. And I was just like, okay, I guess, yeah. That's fine. But yeah, ghosted. Apple TV. If you guys have Apple TV, it's gonna be on there. Very good. And last but not least, so we were getting big announcements since yesterday about the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Seth Rogen's gonna be in it. We got Paul Rudd's gonna be in it. We got a few extra people that were announced. So, and today we got a small trailer, only a minute, almost 2 minutes. So, you ready?
Yeah. I
feel like you've been waiting for this one.
Yeah. I've been avoiding it pretty much all day. So.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can.
Stay still. Stay still.
Now!
Oh!
Let's try that again, but with ninja stars.
Hey, why did we pick a fruit shaped exactly like my head?
Just stop talking. You're ruining my concentration.
You're fine. Chill. He's gonna die.
What, did you hear that? What was that? Well, nothing we can do. You guys want to grab pizza?
Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Can I kick it?
What the heck are those things? They look like little Shreks to me.
Oh, we've prepared our whole lives for this.
Can I kick it?
Oh.
Oh my God! Oh my, I'm gonna be sick.
Leo, what happened? Is Donnie bleeding?
It was an accident. Mikey, watch out!
So, you were baby turtles who made contact with mystery goo.
Well, we prefer the term ooze, but yeah.
It's like more like, it's just nicer.
It rolls off the tongue better, yeah.
Ooze. It's nice, right? It's ooze.
John Cena, Jackie Chan, Post Malone. Stacked cast too.
Yeah, interesting.
That one didn't really get me too excited either.
Not really, no.
Very kiddish, and when I heard Seth Rogen, I was thinking more adult TMNT. I guess I'm gonna have to stick to the Michael Bay ones.
He wanted it to be accurate or whatever, and I think he's gonna play Bebop.
Yeah, Bebop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I don't really like this. I know if this is supposed to be like an early career type of thing, then okay, maybe. But Raphael doesn't feel like Raphael, and then
yeah, Raphael's supposed to be like angry, right?
Like Like he's the serious one, and he's
Yeah.
the one that'll like do anything for his brothers, especially Mikey, because he's the youngest, and So I don't know. I think I need another trailer or something before the movie comes out, because this one didn't really do anything.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna keep them like kids, and after the watermelon, like it was gonna show them as adults or something, but it just kept them as kids, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to see them as kids. I was hoping to see them older. I think the best like TMNT movie, like animated, was that one with what's it called? I think it's just called TMNT.
The one from 2003, the animated one. I
don't think it was 03. I think it was like an 09 or something, or 08.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
the one with like the statues or whatever.
Yeah, with the statues. I kind of feel like that's the best animated one as of recent. But I was expecting bigger from Seth Rogen.
I hear that TMNT Rise one that just came out was pretty good.
What's that, on Nickelodeon?
I think it's on Paramount also.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I tried to get into some of the Rise, whatever. I had the Transformers one, and I was like, this is too kiddish.
The Earth Spark one?
Yeah, that one was stupid.
I was trying to watch it.
Yeah, there was no way.
Seen it. But, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't, nothing about this one really sparks it for me, so.
Yeah, maybe another trailer. Seth Rogen, please don't disappoint. This is crazy. I guess I gotta wait for Invincible season 2. It is what it is. But with that, that's gonna be our last one. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. That is a mouthful. Yeah, if there's anything that we didn't talk about on here that you feel like we should have talked about, if there's anything that we missed, any movies that you want us to review, if there's, Josh, let them know where they can tell us.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at FilmBros Podcast. We post when new episodes are up. You can hit us up at any time for movies and news you want us to cover or review. If you want to listen to us on the go while you do what you do, go about your day. Spotify and Apple Podcast at FilmBros Podcast. If you want to support us in a big way, Zippy Stream at FilmBros Podcast. All it takes is name and an email. You get our full catalog. The email, you get new updates when episodes drop. And, that would be nice to support us if you're down for that. And if you want to check out our YouTube and subscribe at FilmBros Podcast on YouTube.
Yes. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, because we will be putting out YouTube videos on YouTube pretty soon. With that being said, we'll talk to you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.